everybody. So I'm going to be reviewing my experience aboard China Eastern Airlines. I flew round trip from Chicago to Singapore November 19th and then returned November 26th, 2016. So I was gone for the Thanksgiving holiday. I found this flight to be the cheapest one out of any airline selling tickets on that route. My price was $462, including taxes and fees, round trip from Chicago to Singapore and back. So, first of all, I thought that was like a glitch when I saw that. So I was like, I have to buy this right now. So I bought it. I've noticed that China Eastern has very low prices on a lot of their routes to cities all around the world. So maybe I'll fly them again in the future. But initially, I was very concerned about flying them because I had read some nasty reviews on Yelp and other websites about China Eastern. People getting stuck, their luggage getting lost, all sorts of problems, none of which I encountered personally. Every airline has their problems. I have had my luggage get lost before. It is not fun. I do not enjoy that. But I had no such problems with China Eastern as of yet. So who knows what will happen in the future if I fly them again. But I just wanted to talk about my experience on them. So I checked in Chicago. Check-in went smoothly. The line wasn't very long. It took me about 10 minutes probably of waiting. I have silver medallion status with Delta. So I entered my Skymiles number when I checked in with China Eastern, and then I was given free lounge access in Chicago and in Shanghai because I'm Skyteam Elite, supposedly. It's going to expire soon, which I'm a little bit bummed about, but so I should just enjoy it while it lasts. So the lounge in Chicago was not very good. It was actually the Air France KLM lounge. I was disappointed with the coffee and the food selection. They had a lot of snacks, but it really wasn't that great. The lounge in Shanghai was pretty good. I think it was new, actually. It was 2 floors. The upper floor, they have a lot of showers, which I would suggest trying if you are so inclined. It was very clean. They had a lot of noodles, fresh fruit, some snacks, some pastries, a lot of soda, coffee. The refrigerator in the lounge was not very cold, so I didn't try the milk to add to my coffee. Because when I opened it, it kind of like sprayed in my face, and I was like, this is a bad sign. There's active fermentation going on inside this milk carton. I cannot risk having any more stomach problems. I've had enough stomach troubles on that trip as it was, so not gonna go there. So aboard the flight, I found the airplane. It was a brand new 777-300 ER. It was brand new. It was built in June of 2016, so it was only five months old at that time. The inside was very clean. The airplane, the seats were very nice. China Eastern has a 10 abreast seating, which I felt to be somewhat cramped, although American Airlines also has the same seating arrangement. I guess my shoulders are a little bit wider than I thought they were, so my shoulders stick out into the aisle a little bit. And the flight attendants, while they were very professional, very straightforward, very kind for the most part. Most people, when they walk through the aisle, they try to avoid bumping into other people. But I noticed that the flight attendants, they didn't do that. They just ran full speed into my shoulders and bumped them every time, which was a little bit irritating after a while. After 15 hours in the air, I just wanted to sleep a little bit, not like be in my neighbor's airspace or whatever. That was irritating. But other than that, the flight attendants were very professional. I had really no complaints about them. They have their own perfume that I noticed. It smells kind of like citrus and lychee scented mixed together. And I asked her, I was like, do you wear a certain perfume? And she was like, oh yeah, this is what it is. It said China Eastern Perfume Air. And I was like, oh, can you get this anywhere? Can I get it for somebody, like my sister or something? She was like, no, you cannot find this anywhere. I was like, okay, all right. I thought that was interesting that they have their own perfume and they have to spray it every so often. So the in-flight map on that flight did not function properly. which was very irritating for me because I really enjoy watching the airplane as it's moving across the earth. For some reason, the map was not working. They had maps in the cabin on these TV screens, which actually froze after several hours. They froze over northern Canada, kind of near the Northwest Passage. And so the screens just showed us over the same position for probably like 9 hours of the flight, which was really annoying. I thought they could just reboot the system. I don't know. So food on the airplane was fine. They are very strict about not allowing any cell phones to be used. In fact, if you use it, they immediately they like yell at you. They say, turn that off, like no cell phones. I felt like I was in high school trying to hide my cell phone. I was like, is anybody looking? I got caught a few times, so oh well, you know. I was able to connect to the in-flight Wi-Fi, which was very complicated. I had to have the flight attendant help me because I had registered for the code on their website successfully, and that code did not work. Then they showed me some other way to do that. Facebook is blocked, YouTube is blocked, Google is blocked because it's in China. So I had to use a VPN through my university to access those, which pretty much, even though I accessed them, there was no use to doing that because it was so slow. So like, oh well. So other than that, the food was fine. They served a lot of water every so often. They served hot water and hot tea and a little bit of coffee. Yeah, so I have no complaints about that. However, when we landed in China, and every other location for that matter, they never said, welcome to Shanghai, welcome to Singapore, welcome to Chicago. They said, welcome to the destination. I'm like, okay, can you not say like what city we're in? Especially if the map is not working. I don't know, just a little personal thing there. That's very minor though. When I landed in Shanghai on the return, the flight was, it was raining outside very hard. So the flight attendant said, ladies and gentlemen, it's raining outside. I was like, okay, yeah, I see that. And then she said, please remember to use your umbrella. I was like, oh, that's so nice of her. She's watching out for us. And then they also gave us these little napkins, these little wipes on the plane that says, welcome to this flight. They like saying like this destination, this flight. I don't know. But it was a nice souvenir. What else is there to say? They gave me food, a full meal on every flight, whether it was the 4-hour flight from Singapore to Shanghai, which the food on that plane was not very appetizing to begin with. I'll post a picture right now. It was like a chicken with some like mystery meat. I did not finish that meal, but yeah, so they did provide a meal, so that was nice. Another thing, the carry-on allowance they say is 11 pounds or 5 kilograms in one carry-on bag. They do not enforce that at all. I was a little bit nervous about that. I saw people carrying on huge bags that were very heavy because they needed help, or I had to help them like put them into the overhead bin. And then when I checked in at Singapore, I had a carry-on bag and a backpack, and I was like, can I carry both of these on the plane? And she was like, you can carry one bag on. And I was like, so is my backpack like not okay? And she was like, shouldn't be a problem. I was like, you know, I will not ask any more questions. Thank you. So that was nice, you know. Usually in Europe they're very strict about stuff like that, but no complaints here. So overall, I would recommend China Eastern Airlines. I felt very safe. We arrived on time. I have had problems with even an airline in the United States, Spirit, that I did not really feel very safe aboard, and we arrived not on time, very late, very tardy, and compared to that, you know, that airline has very discounted tickets. China Eastern also has discounted tickets. I felt very safe aboard China Eastern. I had no complaints with that. The service was pretty good. Yeah, I would definitely fly them again. In fact, I'm gonna look for another deal I can find it, maybe to another city like Hong Kong for like spring or maybe next Thanksgiving. Yeah, I would, no doubt in my mind, would get on the next flight from Chicago. It was just, they're very professional. They have a lot to learn, though, about improving their service. But all of these things are very minor. If all I'm looking for is number one, safety, and number two, to get me there on time, China Eastern fulfilled both of those very well. So thank you for watching my review. If you have any questions, just post a comment and I'll hopefully answer it soon enough. But yeah, if you're thinking about flying aboard China Eastern, I say go for it. Every flight is different. You might be delayed, your luggage might get lost, but that can happen on any airline really. So nothing to worry about here. So thanks for watching my video.
在起飞前仔细阅读。感谢您选择中国东方航空。